Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to talk about the Lions have got some speed at wide receiver. Man, we're going to talk about that. We got a bunch of other stuff to get to, but first, I want to bring my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And you know, we got the Wall of Fame. We got the comic cards. We got trivia and dessert with your man, Curt. But, you know, first of all, please, hey, join the family. Subscribe to the channel. We don't got fans. We don't got viewers. We got family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Like the video, share the video, comment on the videos. All of this helps us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. Let's get this thing started
right now.
There you go.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Big Mike Jones, Coach Jones, is under the weather today. We wish him a speedy recovery as he is going through some health stuff right now. So I just want to wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, Mike, you know what I'm saying, man. Get well soon, man. Now let's get to this main course. The Lions have speed at receiver. Finally, you know, I preached this on this show. If you ever seen in the chat, I said, we need speed everywhere. We need speed at wide receiver. We need speed at water boy, a tile person, a person who hand out the water, concession people. We need speed in Detroit, especially at the wide receiver position. And we got it. Look at the Lions. If you look at the direction that they're going with speed. 4-3-4 for the new guy, Kalif Raymond. 4-3-4. That dude is ridiculous. That's fast. 63% catch rate for his career, and he is definitely one of those guys that's going to stretch the field for us. Kind of reminds Jim and I of one guy that we had in here for a limited time. That was Marvin Hall. Brashad Perriman. Now, the dude can't catch that well, but he is fast. I mean, you know, that definitely faster than his pops. You know, ran a 4.27 in the 40 officially, but they said some people had him at a 4.19. That's like Deion Sanders fast. That's ridiculous.
Insane fast.
If we need to, you know, put some, you know, some of that old school Jack Tatum, stick him on his gloves so he can catch the ball. Hey, that's what we need to do. We need to get him catching as you know, as well as running down the field. He's a burner. And the last guy, who's the slowest of the group?
Yeah, that slow guy.
The big guy, 6'4", 4.43 40, Tyrell Williams. These guys, Brad Holmes has changed the complexity of the wide receiver room. You know, and the slowest guy is Quintez Cephas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, but Quintez Cephas is one of those guys who has football speed. Like, he's not the fastest guy, but he can get open.
He gets separation because of his strength.
Yeah, so he can do what he needs to do. So it's always good to mix in one of those guys. You just can't have all fast guys, but he's one of those guys that he can get open when he needs to. So I'm liking the direction of the wide receivers with the speed. Now, Jim, I have a question for you because you asked me this question. I'm gonna kick it right back into your grill. Do you think that this pickup closes the book on the wide receivers in the draft? Do you think they go elsewhere?
No, I don't. I think they go. I think they go wide receiver. I think it's going to be later though. I think it's going to be second or third round. But I think they're going to grab another receiver. I do. Yeah, I don't think it's over. I really don't. I hate to say this, but I'm hoping for Slater at 7 or a trade back and getting Slater or tackle. But man, that Pitts is looking better and better.
4.46, 4.46 in a 40. 4.46.
You got Hawk. I keep him at tight end. Everybody's saying, "Oh, in the NFL, we should move him to wide receiver." I keep him at tight end, and I pair him with Hawkinson. And look at the threats that you have out there right now.
Now, what happens to Hunter Bryant though if you keep him at tight end?
He's in the
Jeez.
rotation, just like we
But
had
then you have
rotation last year.
with like
When you have a
you go-
rotation, you have
so you
three
go with
deep.
so you go with four tight ends,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
four
Why
tight
not?
ends: Josh Hill, Hunter Bryant, Pitts, and then Hawkinson.
Right. Because you
Okay.
never know who's going to get hurt.
I feel you on that.
That's
Now, here's-
one thing, but the other thing is it gives you a versatility because you could put Pitts in that big slot position too.
Uh-huh.
You
That
know,
is
and
very
then you can
true.
have Hunter Bryant at the tight end. You can move him around. I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't keep him strictly at tight end because then some of the times you're going to be putting Raymond in the slot,
Mhm.
and you'll
That's
have
true.
Perriman and Williams on the field at
Definitely.
the same time, and then you got Hawkinson. We're creating mismatches, just like Dan Campbell told us he was going to
Campbell,
do.
he said it.
Yeah. Create
You know
those
what, though?
mismatches, and I'll tell you that tight end is a huge mismatch. They
It
ain't putting a
is.
linebacker on him, so they're going to have to run a dime most of the time against us, and then we can run the ball.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, he does create. He's a mismatch nightmare. Now, one thing that I did see that was interesting before we kind of move on, because it's kind of related to this subject. Mel Kiper Jr. You know Mel Kiper Jr. Mel
He
Kiper
sucks.
Jr. came out
I mean,
with his latest mock draft, right? So he had us taking speed because the guy ran a 4.4 40 yesterday in his pro day, but it wasn't the position that you think. He had us taking Patrick Surtain at number 7, the cornerback out of Alabama.
I want to comment on that too, because I saw something yesterday on Twitter, and a guy said, you know what, if we picked a Derek Brown last year, we could have picked Surtain this year, and both would have been an upgrade. But picking Okudah early, I think it prevents us from picking Surtain. I don't think we're going to pick him this year.
I don't think so at all.
I don't think he's on our radar. We'll see. I mean, you know, but I don't think he is. But I'm just saying,
he's a
did we
game
pick
changer.
the wrong corner in the first place? I'm not trying to say that Okudah is going to be a bust or whatever. I know there's a lot of people that think that. I don't know that for a fact. He had a bad year. He had an injury.
Yeah. Now the interesting part of that is that when I looked at Mel, that wasn't Mel Kiper. That was someone else. Mel Kiper had us taking Devontae Smith. It was another mock draft that had us taking. Actually, it was. Matter of fact, let me make sure I ain't telling no lie. I ain't telling no lie. It is Vito Chicario of full Detroit Lions mock draft. Now this guy
I have
had
to
us
veto
taking,
that one anyway.
Yeah, he had us taking. Now here's the interesting fact about that. This guy had us taking Surtain, and he had Penny Sewell, the offensive tackle of the Oregon Ducks, going next.
No way. No,
there's
Sewell's
no way.
there
Is no way that we're going to pass up Sewell to take Patrick Surtain the second.
Now, do I think Surtain's good? Yeah, I think he's great. But I'm looking at, and if you paired him with Okudah, you know, I don't know. You know, later on, that could be a devastating.
I'll pair him with Amade Royer right now because he's better.
Well, I mean, Royer, but you have to have a slot corner too. So I'm thinking if you can roll 3 of those guys, I don't know if Okudah wouldn't make a better safety, in my opinion. But
move him back, put him back
safety,
next to
put Surtain
next to
with Awari, and I think you fixed a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it could be. I'm not gonna say it's not, but I just don't see him going that direction. I just don't
see that. That was the craziest. I just wanted to bring it up to you. That was the craziest mock
draft. Actually makes more sense the more you think about it. But
that was crazy. But I like the speed that we're getting at wide receiver, and I like the change. But I still think we go wide receiver sometime. And now the interesting guy that is the young man out of I think is it Central Michigan or Western Eckridge.
I like Eckridge a lot.
Yeah, I really do. That guy, he can fly too. So
he can fly too, but I don't think we take him anymore. I don't think.
What about the young fella out of Purdue? Ooh, Rondale Moore.
Yeah,
that guy
can fly. But he got fly. Isn't he a corner? Again, he's a corner.
No, he's a wide receiver.
Oh, he's a wide receiver.
Rondale Moore's a wide receiver. He's 5'7", 180 pounds. The guy put up 80. I think he put up 24 on the bench press. And he is one of those guys where he's going to be a speedy slot receiver in the league because that's what he played at Purdue. I mean, the guy was that sub 4, 42-inch vertical at 5'7", 42-inch vertical at 5'7". That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. I don't like the size there, but I think we already have a small guy on our team, and I don't know. I don't know. That's not the guy I'm looking for. For me, that's not the guy I'm looking for. That's just my opinion. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But let's see. Oh, let's go to some news and stuff right now. Let's update the free agent salary cap situation. So we got about almost 4 million left. We could restructure Jared Goff, Trey Flowers, a couple others that could be restructured. I think we're right at the limit right now, though. We got about $4 million left, and that's after the draft class signing, but we had to adjust because in the Matthew Stafford trade, we are now getting the 111th pick. We're not getting the 80-something pick that we were supposed to get. So we moved back quite a ways. And the value of that pick is a little bit different. So that had to be reevaluated.
Right.
But yeah, 4 million, we're not going to sign a whole lot of people. But if we can restructure a couple of people, we might get one more decent free agent. And I'm telling you, probably should be on the defensive side of the ball.
Definitely. I would say that as well. I would definitely say address the linebacker situation or the back end of the defense, safety, linebacker, one of the two has to be something. You have to give us something. We need something on that defensive side of the ball.
I said this before. We can't build everything in a year. This is a few years out rebuild.
Oh, man. And people just, it's the microwave generation. We want everything right now. Hey, I want it right now. Let's get it better right now. And it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, we're not going to build a McTeam here. So
nah. What I'm saying? They have the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick. It ain't the same.
So I got a thing about the Bears. The Bears, I think, are tanking. Absolutely tanking. Oh, heck yeah. They just signed Christian Jones. It's official. They signed Andy Dalton, Christian Jones, True Font. They love Lions rejects. Yep. Former Lions linebacker Christian Jones returns to the Bears in free agency. And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't see any move that makes any sense for this team whatsoever. I think they're tanking. I do.
You released Kyle Fuller to sign Desmond. Do you not see that he did not play for us that much last year? I mean, the guy.
He was your favorite player, I remember.
Man,
just kidding. I'm kidding.
My favorite player to hate.
Favorite player to get his butt out the door.
I was calling for him to get released a long time ago.
What are your thoughts on what the Bears are doing? It makes no sense to me.
Hey, you know what though? If it keeps them from getting keeps them getting less talent, keep doing what you're doing. Go ahead. Sign some trash players. You know what? That's better for us.
Yeah, I think they're tanking. I gotta say, I think they're in a rebuild mode. They have to be. I think they're going to go after their quarterback in the draft.
Ryan Pace. Oh man, what are you doing?
Well, he's pacing himself with the talent he's acquiring. Well,
okay, now
talent he's acquiring.
Yeah. Do you feel that he is looking at trying to play the long game, or like, okay, we need to, because they're going to have some salary cap issues that's going to come up, especially with like Khalil Mack and
Akeem Hicks wants to be traded from there.
Some of those other guys. So I don't know what they're doing. Just as an NFC North person, we cover NFC North here, of course, because we play those guys. Mm-hmm. I like what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, so Akeem Hicks wants out. Robinson doesn't want to play for him. There's two ways to look at this. One way is that they're building for the future. They're going to tank this year. They know this year's going to suck. They got to go after the quarterback of the future. They got Andy Dalton in there as a stopgap. They'll draft a quarterback. I think they're going to trade up for one, or maybe they take the kid out of Alabama or something like that. Mac Jones.
He had a good pro day too.
I think that those are options for them. but I think they're tanking this year. The other option is Ryan Pace knows he's done there, and he's destroying that team.
Oh,
he's burning it down on the way out.
he's doing a Bob Quinn.
He's doing a Bob Quinn.
That's what he's doing. He's doing a Bob Quinn. Okay. Scorched earth on the way out the door, man.
For real. Oh, speaking of former Bears, Lions defensive tackle is going to take a pay cut. Pretty good one too. He saves us $2.5 million on the cap. So Nick Williams is the Lion again, and he is taking a pay cut to do it. I think he's going to work better in this new defense than he did in the old one. I think he'll have more pressures.
He'll be similar to what he was in Chicago when we signed him. So I think that's what we're looking for, because that system is kind of similar to what we're going to be playing in Detroit. So
it's a depth move, and he's being paid like a depth guy, which he needs to be.
And but I think he's okay with that. I
think he is too.
He's like, and just with that coaching staff, he wants to come in and be part of something that's, that's going to be different and help build the Lions to what we want them to be as a fan base.
That sounds good. Hey, we're going to go to the Wall of Fame right now. And who do you got on that Wall of Fame, Curt?
Okay, on the bronze level, we have Northwest Ken. Man, I love that name. Art Allen, Bubba Bo, Midwest Lion, and Detroit Drew. On our silver level, we have Gold Lions and Nomus J. And also on our gold level, we have Mike Gibbs. I don't know. Is he, that's a good name. Gibbs, like Gibbs Racing.
He might be part of
Andy Gibbs, I don't know. Randy
might be
Prince,
part of that whole thing.
Yeah, Randy Prince, Gridiron Blitz, and the doctor. Detroit is always in.
Man, we got some Detroit Lions trivia today, and I'm going to give the question. We have the answer already, but I'm going to give the question, see if Curt wants to take this one. Who led the Detroit Lions in scoring for the 2007 season? If you don't want to take it, that's cool, but
I'll try it.
Okay.
Jason Hansen?
That is it. Jason Hansen is the answer, everyone. The winners were Rob Raymond and Same New Lions. Now, I have a little story. I don't want to go too far, but Rob Raymond used to work with me at West Michigan Molding here in Western Michigan over here where I live. And I thought that was pretty cool. He's a big Red Wings fan. I mean, diehard Red Wings fan. Pretty cool guy. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Rob. He's currently flying. I think he's taking a trip somewhere. So when he hears this, I hope he
safe travels, brother.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Yeah.
Same New Lions. I kind of love that name.
I like the same.
How could you be the same and new? But hey, and I get the thing because we're always saying same old Lions, so I get that idea. But that's your Detroit Lions trivia for today.
It is time to find out what you had to say about yesterday's show. Let's get into the comment cards. Jim, what you got?
I got Turner Burley. What a name. Turner Burley. I love it.
Yeah.
I expect them to be better than all three seasons that were under Matt Patricia. I expect the press conferences to be better. And you know what? You're not setting the bar very high. As Curt just said.
Not very hard to do. Not very hard.
I see this team as a 5 to 7 win team right now, barring the draft and free agency afterwards. I don't think the defense is good enough. I think the offense has some question marks too. I think there's a lot of health concerns for me at wide receiver. They're fast and some of them don't catch very well. We're just going to have to see how it all works out. If everyone plays above their ability, because Campbell gets the best out of them, we get some really good draft picks in here. You could see 7 wins maybe, but I'm not seeing it that way.
Yeah, not so much. Yeah. All right. Next thing you know, friend of the show, PC Payload. He says the Jamal Williams interview had me cracking up. Good locker room energy. I have to agree with you wholehearted, 100%. That interview was awesome. Just calling Mike O'Hara, just out the gate, calling him a silver fox was awesome. That was awesome. So I agree with you 100%.
That was amazing. And we went over that yesterday, but it was just amazing. Love the kid's personality, and I think he fits right in with what we're trying to do here.
Yes,
So we
sir.
got Barry McBain. He said, this year I want them to be the team that shows or proves that can play hard and for the most part healthy. I think that's the big concern. All 17 games. And I think it's a huge concern right now. And I would not, let me say this. I would expect them to add a few more pieces, another running back, another wide receiver. We need depth in those positions because we have another game. So, I mean, 16 games, you've seen what that did to people. 17 games now, you know, I don't know. I still think, I hope the league, I don't know if they did or they didn't. Did they extend the rosters for next year? I want to find that out. Somebody in the comments, let me know. Did they extend the,
I know they were talking about it because of the extra game. I know they were talking about
because of the extra game.
Right.
I just wondered. But he also goes on to say, be that team that is competitive with every team this year on the schedule. Good luck. Maybe not win every game, but be in every game with a 5-12, 6-11 team. Yeah, I could see that this year. Plus a good draft spot and good draft picks next year. I think the coaching staff will finally lead us to being 12-5 playoff team in the next 3 years. I think he hits this right on the head. I said the same thing, 5-12, 6-11, you know, it may be 7-10 if things really go well and they don't have a lot of injuries. But yeah, I can see that we're building towards something good. I can see a 12-5 playoff team in 3 years. I can.
Yeah,
realistically.
I can too. Next up, we have our resident law firm, Murdoch and Associates. Hey guys, I have a request. Do a shout out of the potential of Charles Harris, the Choir brothers, Trey Flowers, Brockers, Collins, Williams, Pendicini, and an unconfused Tavai. If they say healthy, it's not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't
think it's that good either.
I just think the linebackers are bad. I don't have a problem with the line at this point. I don't have a problem with that. If you can get Deshaun Hand healthy, you can get Austin Bryant healthy. You know, even the second Acquire brother, if you can get him healthy, because he wasn't healthy most of last year.
Yeah,
you got to get health. I think that's the big concern about every position on this Lions team. And I know that's redundant because every team goes through it, but I think the Lions go through it a little bit more than most teams, in my opinion. Definitely. Maybe it's just because I watch them more.
Yeah, no, we have, I agree with you. We have a problem with keeping players on the field. Right?
Yeah, I've had some thoughts about it's possibly the field turf in Ford Field.
You know, I think that is an issue throughout the league that, they're looking at moving on from something other than the field turf. I think that it was, a good idea, when it started, but
but last year we didn't have any, we didn't have the off-season program like we usually do.
I
think that hurt us. But we still had a lot of injuries the year before.
We did.
We did have all that.
And so they had me questioning the strength and conditioning programs and stuff like that. So
I don't know if it's that. I don't know. I think that it's a lot of soft tissue injuries. And I'm not sure that translates to field or what, or conditioning or stretching or what it entails, but we got to fix it. We have to fix it.
And fix it fast.
Bubba Bo, friend of the show. Swift, Williams, and Johnson, 2,000 yards combined. You heard it here first. I might hear it there last too, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I would combine. I would love to see that combine.
Well, what do you mean? Are you talking just rushing? Okay, just combined rushing yards.
Rushing yards. Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe if you put in receiving yards, you might be in the ballpark. But I think 2,000 yards is a lot to ask for that for all of them. I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, it's combined, so it's like you get 800 from.
Yeah, you're saying you're getting almost 2,000 yard rushers out of that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think Carrion has much left. We'll see how he does, but he wasn't running that well last year. Williams is a beast. I like him a lot. I like Swift a lot. And we are probably going to run more. Oh, it's possible, I guess, if you take it by 3. It's possible.
All right. Now here he is, the notorious AJ. No, that's not AJ Styles. That's AJ Thomas.
The
Okay,
phenomenal
the
AJ
phenomenal. We should prepare for a bad season, but I believe a 8-9 win season is attainable. We need Pitts. Did you see his 40 time? Yes, we talked about it earlier in the show. 446. That guy can fly for his size, but
I've heard something about where they said that might be a misnomer, his 40 time, just because of the fact that they think his field speed is not as much as that speed, but still, I mean, he's still going to be a beast. He's still going to be a beast.
He is.
All righty. Let's see what we got next. The question of the day. Question of the day, guys. What do you think? You can see how they're starting to build it now. So before free agency, we had this idea or this question of, what do you think the team's going to look like? What do you think he's going for? Now you can see it. You can see the Lions have speed at wide receiver. Do you guys think that the speed that we've acquired and the wide receivers that we acquired are better than what we had? With Galladay, not that fast. Marvin Jones isn't a blazer. Amendola, I think, was probably the quickest out of all three. But
yeah, he was quick and shifty out of all of those guys. Yeah.
But do you think that the wide receiving core that we have now that has the speed is better than the wide receiving core that we had before? I just thought about that when I was going through all this, and that was something I wondered. So you know what? We're going to go on to the my favorite part of the show, and that is the dessert with Curt.
All right, Curt has some personal news for myself. We're still in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and I am doing my part for myself and my family. I am getting my second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine today, the Pfizer one, and I'm making sure that I'm protecting myself and hopefully protecting my family. So please go out, be safe, and when you can and your number comes up, please go out there and get vaccinated to protect yourself and others. It's all about keeping everyone safe in this world. So do your part, and Curt still going to step out his comfort zone and do his. So it'll be my second and final dose of the Pfizer today, and I'll be out the next couple of days doing my recovery from that.
Yep. And that's what I was going to say for my final thoughts is my thoughts go out to Mike right now. Big Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones.
Yeah.
But also with you, Curt. So because Kurt's going to be out a couple of days, just to let everybody know, he's probably going to be off Thursday and Friday. So we will either have a guest or I am the team tomorrow. Which is fine with me. No problems there. But I love the direction they're going. And I think these contracts are small contracts, like a year, 2 years.
Prove it deals,
not
baby.
The team that's probably going to be competing at that 12-5 rate. I think we're going to have a lot of draft picks. I think we're going to have a lot of exciting players come here. And I think free agency will be a lot different in 2023 than it was in this year. Even in 2022, I see the differences. So we'll see how that all goes.
Yeah, definitely. I see you. I feel you, man. And one thing I did hear yesterday is, like, if you look at Anthony Lynn, you know what I'm saying? They look at the tools that Jared Goff has. He does know how to play in the shotgun. So he's not strictly a drop back passer, playing under center. So I'm looking at the wide receivers that they're getting. I think they're going to push the ball down the field in the passing game.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's play action pass. I think it's a big play action pass. And I think you're going to see a lot of routes over the middle. That's what Goff did really well before. And I've seen his deep ball, and it's not bad. It's not Matthew Stafford, but I dare say he's more accurate sometimes.
He could be.
His ball placement is pretty good, as in his deep pass. But we'll just see how it all goes. My final thoughts right now, this is a rebuilding year, guys. Temper your expectations. I'm just telling you, temper your expectations. But we are very much so going in the right direction. So I have hope, but I don't have a lot of hope for this upcoming year. And now we have Bob Hope. I don't know. Do we? Anyway, So, Kurt, final thoughts?
Hey, I agree with you 100%. It's going to be a temperate year with my expectations of the team. I'm always going to want them to win, but I'm not going to be surprised for some of the games they're going to lose just because of the fact that it is what it is. But I see us going in the right direction, and I like what Brad Holmes is doing. So, I like what he's putting down. So we're going to see. I'm excited for the draft, and I'm excited to see where this team's going to be headed here in the near future.
It
All
sounds
right.
good.
Yeah. So now it's time for me to go ahead and get on out of here. It is time for us to go. So you know what you got to do. And you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Hey, join the family. Subscribe to the channel. We don't got friends. We don't got viewers. We got family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And like the video, share the video, comment on the videos. All of this helps us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. And check us out over at bellyupsports.com. You can check out a ton of different podcasts over on that platform, along with some great articles for some tremendous writers over there on bellyupsports.com. They got fantasy, sports betting, whatever you want. They got it over there for your sports needs over at Belly Up. And you can listen to the audio version over there of this show on some Skull Candy headphones player. You can check out the link down below and get a good deal on some tremendous audio products from Skull Candy, and a portion of those sales from that link go to help us grow this channel. Now, it is hump day, Wednesday, baby. It is almost the weekend. You halfway there, so stick it out, tough it out, and whatever you do, you got to bounce up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, this is Curt Steele. We will holler at you real soon.